of drums for the 3 Disturb tracks. We'll start with Indestructible, which is all around a lot of fun, and I think even from step 1 to final note, it's just unbelievably fun to play. Give your foot a bit of a warm-up before you do it though, because it is going to hurt your shin. Next up, we did Perfect Insanity, which, as some of you may know, has the drum intro to it, which is a lot of fun to play. But after that, the song really sort of dies out until after the solo. So if you're going to pick up anything for the drums, leave that one out, unless you really, really want to play that intro. Lastly, Inside the Fire. A lot of fun on drums. A lot of bass pedal, just like the other two. Again, I highly recommend them. But don't get me wrong, you can do these. A lot of people are going to complain about you need a double kick. You don't. You can do it. You're going to hurt your foot if you don't, get slowly up to it. And don't get me wrong, you may break a pedal or two on these songs.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the vocals on the 3 Disturb tracks. We'll start with Indestructible. That's going on behind me. This one's really frustrating in the sense that it has a lot of really short phrases, so you can fail out real quick, because that'll drop you like a rock if you're not right on pitch right away.
As it did to Adam.
Yeah. It also has a bunch of short words, and it's really difficult to pick up the lyrics by watching the soundtrack because it's broken up. The syllables are very broken up. So it's kind of hard to decipher the word when you're looking at a bunch of dashes and trying to keep up with the song. It's still a fun song to sing, and I like it, but it's quite challenging. Perfect Insanity being the next one. This one, I like the song, I like singing it. The only complaint I have about it is the complaint I have about Lost of Homes. The ending is repetitive, it's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's still fun. I like all the Disturb tracks. It doesn't stay on one pitch. It moves around quite a bit, except the ending, which is just one long pitch. So it's not bad, it's not fantastic, but again, I still recommend that one if you're getting vocals. Inside the Fire is the last one, and it is arguably my favorite one to sing at the moment. I can't find anything wrong with this. It doesn't fluctuate too much, it fluctuates just enough, it doesn't stay put. It's just a lot of fun. I can sing it over and over and never get tired of it, and it's a really powerful lyrical song. So yeah, I'd say get them all.
I'm going to talk about the guitar on the first song, Indestructible, Perfect Insanity, and Inside the Fire. First of all, Indestructible. I really didn't enjoy playing the song a lot. You may have fun if you can alt strum easily, but basically it's a lot of green and then chords with the green, and then random chords thrown in. And this was the reason I didn't like Freya that much, is because he had to strum green a lot and then do the chords. And this is just a variation of that. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good song, fun solo, but that part where I have to strum the green really killed it for me. Okay, Perfect Insanity, I liked a lot more. It had a good balance, so good to play the guitar part, it was really fun. Crazy solo. Crazy. But fun, if you can get the hang of it, which is not easy. And lastly, probably the one I'm going to comment the most on is Inside the Fire. And there are a couple different parts. I don't like the other ones, so I can just comment basically on the first part, where you have to strum green and then hit other notes while you do it. It's not as bad as the first one, Indestructible, but if you alt strum, like me, then it has this little part where it has 4 little notes after that if you're alt strumming, there's no way you can hit because they're slower than the other ones. So it's like, if I'm just pressing down, my thumb's going to break off, but if I'm alt strumming, then I'm going to kill myself. But it also has a really fun solo that I figured out a very cool way to do. And after the solo, there's a little part that I think should probably be included in the solo. That's pretty fun too. But I guess, on the whole, aside from Indestructible and those bits, I like these songs. Alright, I'm talking about the bass in Indestructible, and surprisingly I liked it a lot. It didn't have all the chords that the guitar did, but it felt good. It felt like playing a pretty mediocre guitar song, which was nice to have on the bass, but you actually get a challenge and get more than just a couple notes over and over again and boring. So as far as the bass goes, it felt like you were playing guitar on some songs, and I liked it.
The bass for Perfect Insanity. You've taken a good guitar song, and you've taken all the fun out of it. You're doing a whole lot of greens, and then for a little while, you're bumping back and forth on a couple of different notes between the blues, the yellows, the oranges. But all in all, it's not a lot of fun. You're strumming a lot of green. You took all the fun parts out of it. That's about all I have to say. I don't recommend it on bass.
It reminded me a lot of watching Ian do the bass on Perfect Insanity, because in the verses there's a heck of a lot of green and just interspersed with other stuff, and it's not a lot of fun. I don't like that a whole heck of a lot. However, the chorus makes up for it. The chorus is more inventive, and the solo part is difficult and challenging, and it's a lot of fun. So that's a redeeming factor, and I think if you can get past the first two verses, you can definitely have some serious fun with Inside the Fire on bass.
Disturbed. Inside the Fire overall, I'm going to say a 9 out of 10. Great, not perfect. Indestructible, overall, 7 out of 10. Again, gets a little repetitive, but it's still a lot of fun, even on guitar, as much as Simon will argue. And Perfect Insanity, that solo on guitar is going to blow you away, and the drums are going to get really tough at the end. I'm going to give that one, though, probably a 6 out of 10. But I still say go out, buy the pack, especially if you got the discount from the pre-ordering of the CD. Again, keep an extra pedal handy. Those things are going to crack on.
Okay, Inside the Fire, 10 out of 10. This is my favorite song right now to sing. Absolutely fantastic. Indestructible, I like it. Challenging though. Still gonna give it high, 8.5. And let me get this right this time, Perfect Insanity. I don't like this one as much, but it's still a good song, 7. Oh, and the bass on Inside Fire is fun, but it's harder than 8.5. I love it. Okay, for the guitar, I'm not gonna name it. On Indestructible, apparently I'm the only person that didn't love the guitar on these songs, but it was still pretty fun, aside from the annoying green chord thing. So I'm gonna give it 6.5. Perfect Insanity, I actually really like this song. Still look crazy, but it didn't feel like I think it's really cramped on like the other one. So I'm gonna give this one an 8.5. And Inside the Fire, I found a really fun way to play the solo. And aside from that opening bit issue, that's the only issue that I have with the song, so I'm giving
This is Simon's trick with the Inside the Fire solo. What? No.
Yeah, it actually makes it worse, but it's a lot more fun.